The C2 error code in an air conditioner is primarily related to three issues. 1. Failure in the temperature sensor of the outdoor unit. 2. Failure in the temperature sensor of the evaporator tube or indoor unit. 3. Communication failure between the master control and the inverter compressor controller. Let's look at a description of each of these issues and their possible solutions. 1. Failure in the temperature sensor of the outdoor unit. This interpretation of the C2 code is used by the LG brand. Possible causes of the problem may include: A. The thermistor sensor is shorted or open. B. The thermistor is not connected to the interior PCB printed circuit board. C. The thermistor's resistance is incorrect. D. Damage or defect in the detection circuit of the interior PCB. To solve the problem, follow these steps in order. A. Disconnect the power to the unit for several minutes and check if the error code disappears. B. If the error persists, visually inspect the sensor's location and cables for damage. C. Ensure that the sensor is correctly connected to the control board. D. Measure the thermistor's resistance. Turn off the unit, disconnect the sensor, and using the multimeter's kilo-ohm scale, measure the resistance value. If you have the sensor's resistance and temperature table, compare the values. When you rub the sensor with your hand, the measured value should decrease. The multimeter reading should never show 0 or infinity. E. If everything seems fine, try turning on the unit. Connect the sensor and check if the electronic board is supplying voltage to the sensor. Use the multimeter's DC voltage scale. Expect a reading of around 2.5 volts. F. With the electronic board de-energized, observe the resistors near the sensor connector. If you can measure and verify they have the correct value, do so. If the value is incorrect, replace the resistor on the board. G. If the error persists, replace the outdoor electronic board. 2. Failure in the temperature sensor of the evaporator tube. This interpretation of the C2 code is used by the Samsung brand. To solve the problem, follow the same steps described above for a temperature sensor, remembering that in this case, the electronic board managing the temperature sensor is the indoor unit's board. 3. Communication failure between the master control and the inverter compressor controller. This interpretation of the C2 code is used by the GREE brand. To try to solve the problem: A. Disconnect the unit from the power for several minutes. B. Reconnect the unit and check if the error persists. C. Check the voltage supply from the external network. It should have an error margin of less than 10%. D. Check the connections of the unit's signal cable. They should be well connected. E. Perform a visual inspection of the electronic boards for damage, and replace any components that appear to be in poor condition. F. Many communication problems between units are related to optocouplers located near the signal cable connection.